guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia. Today I have a book review slash discussion for you. We'll be talking about Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. It's over 500 pages. The cover matches the rest of the series, with Celaena in the front wearing her war gear or her fighting gear, and in the back she is wearing a dress. This book was packed with action, new characters, some dramatic scenes, as well as some humor. I will try my hardest to not spoil anything on this particular book. However, this being the third book in the series, it'll be impossible for me to say anything about this book without spoiling the previous books. So if you have not read the previous books and you do not want to be spoiled, go read the books and come back in a week or so and we can talk about this book. If you already read the other books, then let's go ahead and discuss this one. In this book, Celaena is still hurt, she is destroyed, she is depressed and quite obsessed with revenge after her best friend Nathaniel's death. She wants to bring the king down, and that is all she can think about. Chaol is quite worried about Celaena, and in order to protect her, he makes a deal with his father where he promises to return home as his father wishes, in exchange for his father's support on this idea to send Celaena to Wendling, where he believes she is going to be safer. Upon Celaena's departure to Wendling, she tells Chaol her entire past and who she is, what her bloodline is, and all about the word keys, as well as the king's evil plans. Celaena embarks in her journey in hopes to find Maas, the queen, who happens to be her aunt, and hopefully get some answers in regards to the word keys and how to stop the king. However, as Celaena gets to Wendling, she loses track of her goals, she becomes depressed, and she basically gives up on everything until she is found by Rowan, a prince who also happens to be a warrior that serves Maas, and he is sent by Maas to find Celaena. He becomes her trainer in order for her to gain control over her magic and learn how to properly use her powers. They do not get along at first, however, they slowly develop a relationship based on respect and friendship and maybe something else. She does the unthinkable for him, thus creating a deeper bond between the two. Meanwhile, in Adarlan, Aedion shows up. Aedion is Celaena's cousin who happens to work for the king. He is not liked by Dorian or Chaol. Chaol discovers that Aedion is actually working against the king, and together they create an alliance in order to stop the king's evil plans. Dorian, on the other hand, becomes obsessed with keeping his magic under control. He wants to hide it at all costs, and doing so, he falls in love with Sorsha, who is the healer that is helping him. Dorian's relationship with Chaol deteriorates even more, although Chaol is doing everything he can to keep the prince safe and protected. The Iron Teeth witches are also explored more in depth in this book. They are explored through the perspective of Manon and Blackbeard Coven witch. Manon is heartless, ruthless, and merciless. She soon discovers that they may be able to recover the lands that originally belonged to the witches, called the Western Wastes, through a competition amongst all the Iron Teeth witches. All the witches are given wyverns. These are dragon-like creatures that they are supposed to fly on instead of brooms, since magic is no longer a factor in Adarlan. Manon begins to feel certain feelings known not to exist amongst the Iron Teeth witches, or so they've been told their whole life. She is developing these feelings due to the relationship that she has with her wyvern, Croshen. There is so much more going on in this book. I just don't want to tell you too much about it because it will create spoilers. but the story keeps on evolving and growing. I have really become attached to Sarah J. Maas' writing style. It's so pulling and it makes you feel involved and you just connect to the characters. She tends to create characters that at first are not very much likable. However, they develop so much and there are so many layers to these imperfect characters that by the end of the read you are developing all these mixed feelings about these characters. It's just a fantastic way of writing characters. I am loving this series. It's needless to say that I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend this series. It is a beautiful story. I don't really know what's going to happen next because so much happened in this book and there are so many probabilities. There were so many twists and turns and shocking revelations in this book that I have no idea where she's going to take us on the next book. This is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to pick up this series because it really is a fantastic one. I will have links to all my previous reviews of the previous books that I've read on this series, and I will hope to see you very soon in another video. Bye!